JK, we've got another key Derby prep race this weekend, the Santa Anita Derby. It's the prototypical short field, long on talent. You got three of the top runners in the future betting for the Kentucky Derby participating here. And you've also got an interesting maiden winner coming in. Let's start with that one. His name is Baeza, in the hands of John Sheriffs of Zenyatta fame. You don't often see him pitching a maiden winner into a grade one. Is he a contender?
I mean, he's definitely a contender, right? He could take a step forward. Look at John Sheriffs as more of a patient trainer. Okay, some of these other guys have their horses ready to run their best race first time out, and they just keep building on that. John Sheriffs is one who kind of takes his time and lets his horse progress. And I think that Baeza is one that could have a big step forward. In fact, if I could predict which horse has the largest jump from their previous race, it could be Baeza. The problem is he's got three very talented horses in this race he's going to have to deal with, and I'm not certain that the pace situation is going to work out perfectly for him.
It'll be interesting to see the pace. Let's talk about one of the horses that could be up on it. That's number 4, Barnes. He's got the fastest pace figures. His stablemate, Citizen Bull, also in here. The 2-runner, you don't imagine those two are going to duel. Barnes himself, though, very interesting animal. Normally, a Baffert with 3 races, each one better than the last with a 105 figure, would be everybody's Kentucky Derby favorite. Not so this year. What do you think about Barnes?
Well, Barnes is traveling in the right direction, right? I mean, he's improving. I thought his last race, even in defeat, might have been his best race. He's talented. He's in the right barn. He's got the right trainer in Bob Baffert. And look, he could continue to take a step forward. I'm very curious to see what Bob decides to do with his 2 runners, Citizen Bull and Barnes. I would predict, Pete, Citizen Bull will be on the lead. Barnes will try to come off of it. I don't think he'll have those 2 horses ding-donging on the front end looking at each other. But I think Barnes is definitely the type of horse that could jump up. And if he won this race by 5, I don't think anyone would be shocked based on what we thought he was going to be since he came to the racetrack.
Let's talk about Citizen Bull. Your 2-year-old champion looked great in the 1 race as a 3-year-old. Something keeps me from being fully excited about him, even though you might be right. He might have an advantageous situation here, but something's holding me back. What do you think about Citizen Bull?
You know, he's kind of like that grindy type. He's that running back that just gets 3 yards every play, but he's never going to give you that 22-yard explosive run. And I think that's why people probably have a hard time wrapping their brain around him. They're so used to Bob Baffert having these stylish types, and he's just one that shows up, kind of runs around there, wins his races, takes his picture, and goes home. But those types are reliable. You know they're going to show up. I mean, I trust Citizen Bull to show up and run his race more than I do like a horse like Barnes. But in order for me to get excited about him for the Kentucky Derby, he's got to give me at least a 12-yard run.
Number 1, journalism. Gotta love those football analogies from the old football coach. Number 1 is journalism. This horse ran so well last time. A 107 buyer speed figure in the San Felipe. Can he do it again in the Santa Anita Derby?
I would think so. I mean, Michael McCarthy is one of my favorite trainers in the entire country that some people might not have heard of. He's won a Preakness before. He's won some big races. He had a great horse in City of Light. He knows how to keep them there. And if you've ever hung around Michael McCarthy, man, he is a guy that's got so much attention to detail. He thinks about everything. When his horses have big races, sometimes he'll ride the cargo plane with them to the big race. Sometimes he'll get a folding chair and sit right outside of their stall to make sure that there's no stone unturned. I think journalism's got a chance to continue to improve. And if he can improve off of what he did last time, he will be the deserved Kentucky Derby favorite.
He's my pick as well, JK. Won well last time without the benefit of a setup. Maybe a runner like Baeza can attack whichever Baffert runner it is on the lead, turning in, get a little bit more pace to aim at. Even if he doesn't, he's already shown he's an elite late pace runner. I love him in this spot. I love him going forward in the Kentucky Derby. Thanks, JK. Thanks to our sponsors over at DK Horse. Subscribe to the In the Money Media YouTube channel for a lot more great racing content.